Good morning. So I'm going to do one of my favorite things here. I'm going for a bicycle ride to get some breakfast. First I've got to unlock my bike. I keep it locked up overnight. So I'm going to unlock my bicycle here. I'm going to put my lock back in my bag. I have a messenger bag or a shoulder bag I use when cycling. I like it more than a backpack. So this is a messenger or shoulder bag. It's just easier to carry things. And yeah, let's go for a ride. So this is my bicycle on Vancouver Island. It's a single speed. It's a vintage bike. It's quite a few years old, and it's a single speed. It only has one gear back here. A lot of these don't use brakes, but this one has brakes and pedals and a handlebar, and you call these levers brake levers as well. And it's got big wheels on it. So let's go for a ride. I've got my high visibility jacket on here. This is a rain jacket. It keeps the rain off, but it also lets cars see me. So when I'm on the bike, I'm quite small and dark, and I'm going to be riding on roads sometimes. So I like to wear a high vis jacket, and I've got tights on as well. I like to wear tights because they don't get caught in the chain. Sometimes if you have regular pants, they get caught in the chain. Shorts are great too. In the summer, I just wear shorts, but in the winter, it's too cold just to wear shorts, so I put my tights on. Home again. I just realized I have forgotten my wallet, and my whole plan to go cycling today was because I wanted to go to the store, and I am out of puff or out of breath because I just cycled up a hill. But let me grab my wallet quickly here. It's helpful to have my wallet and my phone just in case there's an emergency. Don't expect that there's an emergency, but it's good. I also forgot my helmet, and I always recommend wearing a helmet when you're cycling, just in case. It can be dangerous. So do the buckle on my helmet strap, put my helmet on, and here we go again. So this is a bike path. This is part of the rail path. This used to be a train path that went from Victoria up island, and it's been converted into a bike path. Cars do sometimes use it for local access, but there's not many cars, and they are generally pretty aware, or they know that there's bicycles here, so they tend to go very slowly because it's local traffic, and there's signs everywhere that say local traffic only. So this is a very nice path because I don't have to worry too much about cars. There are some berries. These are Armenian blackberries. They are invasive. They don't belong here. They shouldn't be here, but they're edible and they are delicious. And I'm kind of surprised they're still here in the winter. But these berries, we ate these all summer. We'd come down here every day and eat our fill. We would gorge ourselves, or eat our fill means to eat as many as we possibly can. So these berries are delicious. And they're a little bit tart. When they're black, they're very sweet, but they're a little bit sour right now, so you can say they're tart. So I like them though. Victoria in the autumn is such a beautiful place to be. You can see the trees here are all going yellow. Their leaves are turning and starting to fall. A little bit of an intersection here. Gotta watch out because there could be a car. Unlikely, but there could. And there's a bigger intersection here that I'll be coming to. This is a four-way intersection, and this one I have to stop at and press the button. So I'm going to press the button to allow me to walk, but check that out. That is a horse button. You see how high that is? That's a button for people that are on horses to press the button so they can get across traffic when they need to. So it's a little bit cool out. I've got a jacket on, but the wind is a little bit cool. I could describe this as it's a brisk morning, or it's a chilly morning. It's a cool morning. It's a nippy morning. These are all great ways to describe weather it's cool. It's not cold though. I grew up in a city called Calgary, and it was freezing this time of year. You wouldn't be on a bicycle unless you were really well prepared or kind of crazy, which I was. I used to go out on a bicycle in the cold, but you have to wear gloves and a hat and a face warmer, so it's a different type of cold. You can't use those adjectives to describe that kind of cold. We've come to a paved section again. There's asphalt down on this section, and I like this because I am not on an off-road bike here. I'm on a road bike, and it just likes this type of pavement more, this asphalt paving. I'm in a rural area here, which is there's a lot of houses, but it's away from a city, and a lot of people have these kind of mailboxes. These are mailboxes, and people come from their house. They have a key that they open their mailbox with, and they get their mail, and it makes it much easier for the mail carriers, the people who deliver mail, to deliver the mail, because the houses are fairly wide apart, and so a mail carrier would have to drive or walk a long way. So this just facilitates mail carriers being able to get the mail out quickly and efficiently. More horses. So there are horses out on this trail because it's a rural area. This is the Interurban Rail Trail. And it says up there, trail etiquette. Etiquette is the things that you should be doing. So you're supposed to stay to the right. Horses aren't exactly the most aware animals. They're not as aware of their surroundings as people who walk or cycle. So cyclists and walkers and hikers, they're supposed to yield to horses. You're supposed to let the horse go first because they just don't understand as well, and they can get jumpy, or they can spook. And horses are big animals. You saw how high that button was. You don't want a horse to get spooked or to get jumpy. Those are great ways to describe something that is a little bit scared or intimidated. So you don't want to spook or jump a horse. Back on the gravel section, it's not so bad. It's a little bumpy for me, but a lot of people ride mountain bikes, or thing that's really popular here right now is gravel bikes, which are a road bike with bigger tires on them, and sometimes they have a suspension or shocks. Got a yield sign up here, so I'm not supposed to stop here, but I am supposed to yield. So if you remember that word from before, cyclists and hikers are supposed to yield to horses. This is the same. Everyone needs to yield to the cars. Coming up to my local farmers market here. This is the Red Barn Market. This is where I do a lot of my shopping in Victoria. They have very fresh vegetables. Morning. Lock up my bicycle here. I've got nothing to lock it to, but Victoria is generally a pretty safe area, so I don't worry too much. I'm also not going to be very long, so this just prevents somebody from jumping on my bicycle and riding away. So I finished my shopping here. I'm unlocking the bike and I'm going to ride home now. The bad part about this is it's downhill all the way to the market, but uphill all the way home. So got to be ready for the uphill ride. Got my groceries, and my bag's much heavier. Weighs more, I feel it more on my back. But the whole way back home is uphill now, so I'm gonna have to pedal a lot harder to get home from here. One of the reasons I like going grocery shopping on the bicycle is because it's better for the environment. So you could say it's more environmentally conscious, or you could say it releases less greenhouse gases or emissions. Emissions are what come out of the back of traditional cars, and so cycling reduces the amount of emissions that are in the environment, and so it's good for the environment. Also, it's just great exercise, and it's nice to be out on a bike as long as the weather's okay. So far today, it's very overcast. It's a little bit chilly and nippy, like we learned earlier. Oops. My lock just fell out of my bag, so I have to turn around and come and get that. I'm just gonna put that right on the top, so it wasn't in there very well and it fell out. Huh. Do you hear that sound? That is bald eagles. There's a bald eagle in the tree up there. I don't know if you can see that, it's pretty far away. At the very tip of the tree, or very top of the tree up there, there's a bald eagle sitting in the tree right now. And there's another one over to my left, but I don't see where he is. These bald eagles are really common to this area. And it's really, they don't make a very expected sound. They sound like seagulls, to be honest. I'm also going to use this opportunity to dig into a snack that I've got. These were a little bit of a treat. They were a bit expensive, $8 for 4 of them. But these are butter tarts, and these are something that you find in Canada. And these things are delicious. They are full of butter, and I think there's pecans, a type of nut, and there's a beautiful like pastry bread. It's like a pie crust kind of thing, and these things are absolutely delicious. Mm. Put my bag back on. So that was a car carrying a cart because this road goes up to the Heartland landfill, or the dump A landfill is a place where you drop garbage off. So people will pack up their garbage and they'll take it up here, and they charge a small fee to drop off garbage outside of what's normally produced by houses. They drop it off at the dump. And another really cool thing about this particular landfill or dump is that some of the best mountain biking trails in Victoria are behind the landfill. And so right beside it, it's about I don't know, 5 kilometers maybe uphill, maybe not quite that much, but it's a very steep hill you ride up, and you get to the top of a mountain, and there's really good mountain biking trails up there. So I'm not going to go up there today. It's too steep. I don't want to ride up a really steep hill like that. So I'm going to make a U-turn and go the other direction, because I only have one gear on this bike, and it's no fun to ride up hills. Morning. Got a big group of cyclists coming up here. Cycling is a really popular activity here. People love to cycle because the weather's so conducive to cycling. It's just really perfect weather. It's not too hot, not too cold, not very rainy. As long as you have a rain jacket, you're good. And so these guys are all out for a morning ride, just like me. There's a big group of them.
Somebody that might want to get past us, guys, single file for a bit. Somebody getting by. Single file. Yeah, fight back. Fight back.
Thank you.
Fight back.
Thank you. Oh, watch out for the potholes in this section. So there are cars. Oh, and it's a bit rainy, so there are some potholes. There's 2 big potholes in this section. Oops. I'm definitely going to break you, aren't I? I just got home from my ride to get groceries, so let's see what I got from the market here. So I got a big plastic bottle of orange juice. This one is with pulp. Pulp is the stuff that floats in orange juice. It's the stuff that gives you lots of fiber. It's really healthy and it's good. I love orange juice with pulp. They do make orange juice with little pulp and orange juice with no pulp, but I love the pulp. I got a zucchini. This is a zucchini. I got a bag of, it says little potatoes. I think they're called like russet potatoes or something. There's 3 different colors, so they're tricolor potatoes. They actually feel a little bit soft. I don't think these are the freshest potatoes. I have to wash them and see how they do. But yeah, I got a bag of potatoes. This Red Barn Market that I go to has a great butcher. A butcher is a person that prepares meat, and they make wonderful sausages. And I got some meatballs, Italian meatballs. That's gonna be my breakfast today. I got tomatoes on the vine. Tomatoes grow on a vine, and so one of them fell off, but there's 4 tomatoes attached on the vine. I got a red onion, and the scary one when you're cycling is I got eggs, and there's always a danger that they crack or they break in the bag, so you have to be a little bit careful when buying eggs. Thankfully, none of them broke, even though they're carton. This is called a carton. Their carton is a little bit worse for wear. It's starting to fall apart a little bit, but I've got a dozen eggs, 12 eggs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1 dozen eggs in a carton. And lastly, I bought 2 jalapeno peppers. I'm used to very spicy food living in Thailand. I love spicy food, and so these guys, I don't actually find these very spicy, but they are kind of nice. They add a little bit of spice to whatever I'm cooking. So yeah, that is my haul. That is what I bought for groceries this morning, and it should last a couple of days. I've got some bread in the cupboard as well. So between that and the bread, I should be able to make a couple of meals.